So today I discuss about Python software foundation, Python versions, Python installation and execution modes, right? So reasons which makes Python super popular and why Python is mostly used in today's, right? Because of simple syntaxes given by Python, very less coding of Python. So reasons which makes Python, one second. Super popular, right? Yes. First thing, mainly very less coding. You see, not even 1/4 coding as compared with other programming language. Very less code. Simple syntaxes given by Python. Looks like normal English statements. And multi-programming features. Multi-programming features, right? Hybrid features. What all the features we see in different other programming, right? We see all those in Python. So as part of our course also, we are going to discuss, right? Like procedural oriented with Python, object oriented with Python, scripting and modular programming with Python, right? Yes. Interactive mode given by Python. We can easily interact with Python statement by statement. This kind of interaction we won't see in other programming language. For every statement, we are going to get the response, right? And wide varieties of applications, many wide varieties of applications, right? Like automation applications, web applications, animation applications, gaming applications, embedded applications, desktop applications, network applications, and database applications, right? Wide varieties of applications, right, can be developed using Python. And many built-in libraries, right? We don't need to write huge codings, directly inbuilt functionalities, inbuilt libraries available, right? Using which we can perform the operations, right? And it's a high-level language. Python is a high-level language. High-level language, right? It's easily understandable and it's portable and machine independent, can run on all the hardware and all the operating systems. It's a cross-platform language, right? Yes. Just now I was talking, right? Yes. It can run on any operating systems, right? Like Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. I was saying within this Linux, no need of any separate installation. By default, you see Python as an inbuilt, right? Right. General purpose programming. It's a general purpose programming. General purpose programming means any kind of applications can be developed. It's not purpose based. It's not for a particular purpose. Any kind of applications can be developed, right? General purpose programming language, right? Interpretation language. Line by line execution we are going to see, right? Yes. So very less coding, simple syntaxes, multi-programming features, hybrid features, interactive mode, wide varieties of application, many built-in libraries, high level, machine independent, cross-platform, general purpose interpretation language, right? Yes. So before we go, right, I need to discuss something about PSF, right? Python Software Foundation, right? Python Software Foundation. PSF, right? Yes. It is a non-profit organization. It is a non-profit organization, right? Devoted towards Python community, right? It was launched in the year, right? It was launched in the year 2001, almost like 20 years ago. It was launched, right? It was launched in the year 2001. And the main objective of this PSF, right? Main objective of this PSF to foster the development from version to version, right? To foster the development of Python. And in the year 2005, PSF received Computer World Horizon Award, Computer World Horizon Award, right? The president for this PSF, the president is nothing but the personality who developed or who introduced Python. The same personality is the president for this Guido van Rossum, right? Is president for this Python Software Foundation, is the founder of Python, right? And where are the headquarters located, right? Headquarters in Delaware, USA, right? Official website from where we can download Python, from where we can see the documentation for each and every Python release. Official website. Okay, fine. So non-profit organization devoted towards Python community. It was launched in the year 2001 to foster the development of Python. In the year 2005, it received Computer World Horizon Award, and President Guido van Rossum, Delaware, USA headquarters, right? Official website python.org, right? And before I go further, right, Python versions. Python versions. Python 1.x version. Python 1.x version released in the year 1990, right? Python 2.x version, right? It was released in the year 2000. Python, the version what we are using currently, 3.x version, 3.1, 3.2, right? Yes, the version released in the year 2008, almost like 14 years ago, right? It was released, right? Latest version of Python. The version what we are using currently, 3.11, right? Stable version of Python. Python 3.11. Stable version of Python. Python 3.7. Stable version, nothing but mostly used version. Mostly used version, right? Yes. Okay, previous stable version. Previous stable version, right? Yes. Python 2.7 is mostly used. Right. So there's some occasion where we go with the older versions, right? For example, if you want to connect with the databases like Oracle 10G, right? You need to go with 2.7. 3 version, Python 3 version won't support Oracle 10G. From 11 version onwards, right? This Python 3 version is supported. Right? Just see the Python installation, right? Yes. Python installation, right? So it hardly takes 2 to 5 minutes to install Python, right? So I'll just show you how to download and how to install step by step, right? So before that, go to this settings, apps and features. So Python 3.11, I'll just uninstall again, I'll reinstall this, right? Uninstalling this. So Python provides different softwares for different environments, for Windows, for Linux, for Mac OS. It is going to provide different softwares for different environments. For example, for Windows, 32-bit Windows, 64-bit Windows. 32-bit Windows, right? We need to download 32-bit Python software. For 64-bit Windows, right? We need to download 64-bit Python software. How will you check whether your Windows is a 32-bit or 64-bit means? Right. Just go to your desktop, right? Go to your desktop, right click your PC or computer, right click your PC and say your properties. Next, observe here, system type, 64-bit operating system, 64-bit operating system, right? Yes. If it is 64-bit, you need to download 64-bit Python software. If it is 32-bit, you are supposed to download 32-bit Python software. Okay. Fine. 64-bit operating system. Okay. Now just open your Google, right? Open Google, just type what is the official website for Python, www.python.org, right? Python.org is the official website for Python, from where we can download and where we can see the documentation for each and every Python release. Just say enter, python.org, the official website, right? You can see this Python and you can see this PSF here, Python Software Foundation, right? And in Python, go to downloads. Within the downloads, all releases. You can see all the Python releases from the last 20 years, right? Active Python releases, don't go for it. Looking for a specific release. Looking for a specific release. Just you can see from the last 20 years, right? The Python versions. What all the Python versions? You can see, right? Python 2.0, June 22, 2001. June 22, 2001, right? Yes. Right. So here, just to scroll up and just to go to the latest version. So 3.11.1, right? It was released in the year December 6, 2022. Almost like 1.5 months back. This version was released, Python 3.11. Just click it. Click that version, right? You can see the files at the bottom. Scroll down. At the bottom, you can see the files. Python, Windows 32-bit, 64. If you got Mac OS 64-bit universal installer. This is Windows installer 64-bit. Click it. Your download started, right? Just 24 MB of size. 24 MB of size, right? Okay. Just click it for installing. Double click this exe file. Yes, click this exe file. you will be getting this window, right? Yes. Don't immediately go for installation. At the bottom, you can see add Python to path. Just check this, add Python to path. That is enough, right? Add python.exe to path variable of OS, right? Just go for customize installation. Go for customize installation. You can see the documentation of Python. Pip, ideally, this nothing to select in this. Everything are pre-selected. Say next. Next. Here it is asking. Here also nothing to select. It is asking customize installation location, means where you need to install Python. What is the location of Python? So by default, it is getting installed in C drive, users, Dell, app data, local programs, Python 311, right? Yes. But I doesn't want this much big path, right? Yes. Remove all this, right? Remove all this. Remove all this and just say C/Python 311. Just say C/Python 311. Just I want to install within the C drive. Otherwise, what happens tomorrow if you want to locate Python, if it is installed in C drive, users, Dell app data, local programs, right? In many subdirectories, if you want to locate Python, it will be too difficult, right? So just install within your C drive Python 3.11. Means Python 3.11 is a folder that is going to get created automatically, and in that folder you can see Python getting installed, right? C drive Python 3.11, right? Yes. Just say install. Hardly it takes 1 minute for installing this Python. So later I'll show you not only this, I'll show you in different IDs, right? In Anaconda, Jupyter, Spider, PyCharm, VS Code, all this.
Sir, can you explain one more time to how to download?
Yeah, 1 second. So so it's installation almost done, right? So let this setup go, right? So just observe this python.org, www.python.org, official website for Python. If you enter into this, click this downloads. In that all releases, scroll down, don't go for active Python release, go for looking for a specific release, go for looking for a specific release. In that, can you see this 3.11.1 December 6 2022, right? 3.11.1, you can just click it. 3.11.1 gets opened. In that, you need to go to the last at the end of the page. You can see files, Windows installer 64-bit. Click this Windows installer 64-bit. Your download starts automatically and just follow the installation steps. So what it is saying, setup is successful. Setup was successful. Close it. Now let us check whether this Python is successfully installed or not, right? For checking, right? Just go to the search panel, type cmd, go to the command prompt, say enter. Go to the cmd command prompt, right? Okay. Just type Python here. Just type Python and say enter. Is it displaying the version or not? That whatever we have installed, 3.11.1 version, it is displaying. Can you see this 3 arrow symbol where you can write the Python code and execute the Python code, right? where we can write the Python code and execute the Python code. So any valid Python statements like 3 plus 4, x is 10, x into 2, 20, x to the power of 2, 10 square, x minus 2, x equal to Ajay. Any valid Python statements, y equal to Kumar. If you say x plus y, you will get Ajay Kumar, right? So x equal to hello, x into 3, 3 times it prints, x into 5, 5 times, x into 10, 10 times, sorry, x into 10, 10 times. 10 times hello, right? Yes. In this way, if you want to come out of this, say quit to come out of this, right? Yes. So Python is working, it's successfully installed, right? Yes. Fine. So if anyone working in Linux environment using Python, right? No need of any installation. By default, you get Python as inbuilt within this Linux OS. But if you're using the older version of Linux, if you got then older version of Python, you see, but latest version of Python, if you want to get installed in your Linux machine. So everything you want to perform from the root user, apt-get install Python 3.10 or 3.11, right? So anyone from Linux environment, if you want to install the latest version of Python, can use this command sudo apt-get install Python 3.11. It automatically downloads and installs, right? Yes.
How to check in Mac whether it is installed or not?
So yes, you'll have some terminal, right? In Mac, you'll have terminal, right?
Yes.
In that, type Python once, what it is showing.
It's showing like it was not installed. Command not found.
Python 3, you say? Python 3.
Yes, now I got.
So people who are working in Linux or in Mac OS. So the version of Python what we are using is Python 3. If you say Python means it is Python 2 version by default. Python 3 you need to, now the 3 arrow symbol you will get. You can type any valid statements, right? And you can interact any valid Python statements. If you want to come out of it, say quit. Yes. Fine. Okay. Python execution modes. Next is like Python execution modes. Two modes of execution, we can see. Two modes of execution, right? Is my voice clear to all? Once again, can anyone please confirm?
Yes, it's clear.
Fine. First is interactive mode, second is batch mode. Interactive mode, second is like batch mode. Interactive mode means just for we want to interact with Python statement by statement. I want to check for every statement what is the output or the result, right? This interactive mode is not for developing applications, just to test the functionalities of Python. And for learning Python as a beginner, this interactive mode works better. So interactive mode means just now I was talking this about, right? Statement by statement, you are typing and interacting, right? It gives response. So here we directly type Python statements. On the interpreter. And the user can easily interact. With Python statement by statement. So the advantage, right? To test the functionalities, right? and to learn Python, right? To test the functionalities of Python and to learn Python. Next is batch mode. Batch mode means like other programming languages, batch of statements, set of statements, right? We write and save it as .py extension. Here we write set of statements within the editors or IDEs, within the editors or IDEs, and save it as .py. In interactive mode, you won't say .py, but here we need to write within the editors and our IDEs and save it .py extension and save it by using .py extension and later submit it to Python and later submit it to Python, right? So what are the various editors where I can write the Python code and create a .py file? Various editors. So I can write within the notepad, write the Python code and create a .py file within the notepad. Within the edit plus, I can do it. VI editor within the Linux, nano editor within the Linux environment, right? These are the first two are for Windows, next two are for Linux environment, right? Writing Python statements, creating .py file and later submitting to Python. These are the various editors where we can write the Python code. And what in real time we use IDEs, I said, what are the various IDEs? IDE, integrated development environment, right? Yes, like PyCharm is the most used one, right? Spider, Jupyter, yes, Eclipse, NetBeans, PyDev, Komodo, VS Code. So these are the various IDEs where we can write the Python code and execute, right? Mostly used among all this. PyCharm is the mostly used IDE, right? Yes. So I'll show you all these IDEs, right? How to work with it, how to download and how to install and how to run the code. Your code is not going to change, remain same in all these IDEs, mostly used IDE. Jupyter Notebook, I'll be showing you how to work with Anaconda distribution, where in Anaconda distribution, we can see Jupyter, Spider, PyCharm, right? VS Code, all these are available, right? 4 to 5 IDs we can see within that, right? Yes, developing the first Python application.
For Mac, do we need to install any editors or we can use with IDEs?
Editors, 1 second. You can just you can take any editor, not normal text editor. You can create a .py file, save it, and you can execute it. I'll show you, or I'll show you like how to do in this same in Mac also. It's same like Windows, like developing the first Python application using a editor first. Using editor, example like Notepad. Any text editor you can take, and then like Notepad for typing your Python code. Like if you want to create a txt file, how you to create a txt file in the same way, create a .py file instead of .txt. Just open Notepad and type the following. So up to now we didn't discuss anything about Python. We don't know about this Python basics, right? So I'll take two values 10 and 20, right? Right. I want to perform some kind of arithmetic operations. X plus y, x minus y, x into y, right? X plus y, x minus y, x into y, and print x by y, right? Yes. I want to perform arithmetic addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. I'll just copy this to a separate notepad file. Any text editor you can take, right? So I created a separate folder for this batch, right? Save it. Control.
So in the same way,
Any
can
of your
we,
yes.
sorry, in the same way, can we do an MS Word also? Can we just type in MS Word and cut, copy, paste, or we have to
You
text
use
editor
any
only?
only text editor.
Okay, only text editor. Okay, okay. Thank you.
Okay. Now, so I saved it as, I'm writing here, save as sample1.py, and now submit this file to Python. Submit, and now submit this file to Python. As how you are going to submit, you got this .py file got created, and you're going check in your folder, right? This .py file will be available. Check it in. Okay, just check this folder in. See. Okay, just observe this 7 p.m. batch. It will sample1.py, sample1.py. Just view large icons. Can you see this sample1.py like Python extension? You can see, right? Yes. Okay, now how to submit this file? How to submit this file to Python? Now submitting this file to Python as, just go to the command prompt in the search panel, type cmd and go to the command prompt and just type Python and submit your file to Python. That's it. Submit your file whichever you have created, right? The file name, in which folder, in which drive, the entire thing in C drive, right? In which folder? Python 7 p.m. batch. Slash sample1.py, right? If I say enter, right, it will display addition 10 plus 20, 10 minus 20, 10 into 20, 10 by 20. So in this way, submit your entire file path, the file name, in which folder and in which drive, everything you can provide to Python. It gives the result.
So one thing, we have given this users and del Python. So last time, yeah, even if we don't give, then it will do that, because last time, but the path which you have done directly in the C drive and Python, we have installed that way. So even if we directly do Python, it will give this result.
The command prompt you are saying?
Yeah, yes.
In the command prompt, if you enter, just type Python here. Don't
Okay, these are default users and del. That is a default. It has gone and stored there. That's why it is giving.
Yes.
There's a default. Okay.
Yeah. I'll show you another mechanism, right? Simple mechanism now.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So here, instead of writing, what is your observation here? Writing in Notepad, saving it, again going to command prompt, again typing the path and executing, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
here, what is your observation here? Here, we are writing the code at one place. That is within the Notepad. And executing at the other place. You're writing the code at one place and executing at the other place. Where? Within the command prompt, right? It is little complex, right? Writing at one place, executing at that place, giving the path again if the path is wrong. But to write and execute at the same place, write and execute at the same place. We have IDLE, we have IDLE, right? We have IDLE. We have IDLE, which comes along with Python installation. Integrated development learning environment, right? Integrated development learning environment, which comes along with Python installation. Which comes along with Python installation. So 1 second. There is a message given by the chart panel in the chart panel, right? By the online team related to the payment process procedure, course content of Python, course content of entire full stack, right? And demo video is given in the demo videos, right? So every session is video recorded. You will be getting the recorded video of it, right? On daily basis. Okay. So we have ideally, see here, we are writing at one place and executing at the other place. But to write and execute at the same place, we have IDLE, which comes along with Python installation. Using which we can write and execute at the same place. Using which we can write and execute at the same place. Okay, fine. Okay, how to open this ideally and how to write the code and execute the code, right? Yes, just I'll take the same code, right? Two values and performing some arithmetic operation. Now, how to open ideally? Go to the start programs here at the bottom left, start programs, and just check where your Python is available here. Python 3.11, right? Python 3.11. Can see this IDLE. Click this IDLE, right? Yes. File, new file. Just say this Python shell opens, right? You can work with interactive mode. You can just say any valid Python statements. 5 into 6, any statements you can type. But I doesn't want interactive mode. I want batch mode. Means files, new file. That's it. Here itself we can write. Here itself we can run here. Run option available, right? Run module, right? So here you can write the code here. Save it. Sample2.py, and here itself run option available. Run module. That's it. 10 plus 20, 10 minus 20, 10 into 20, 10 by 20. Yesterday I showed you some examples, right? In this way, right? So understood. You can write your code here itself. Here itself we can run it as previously writing in the notepad, saving it, and again entering the entire path and submitting to Python. All this, you can just open this, you can write here itself, you can execute here.
So can we save this file and again run?
Yes, you can save it. Save as. test1.py. Run module.
Do we have to save in some particular Python directory or anywhere we can save?
Any folder you can create. Any folder you can create. In that folder only you can browse it. So whenever it will asking file, save. So it will ask 1 second, not save, save as, because already it is saved, right?
Okay. Here no necessary to create the file inside the Python. It can be anywhere. Desktop also.
To save. Yes. Python 7 p.m. You can select picture folder and you can just save it here.
Okay.
Like your name, test one and save it, right? Yes. Understood, right? How to work with ideally? Yes. File, new file. So just introduction to this data types and variables of Python, right? Python data types, variables. So if we talk like every organization has got data and operations. Every organization has got data and operations, right? Data represented using data types or variables. Operations represented using functions. Operations using functions, right? Data represented using data types or variables. Operations represented using functions. So every organization has got data and operations. For example, so observe this. I'm taking the example of a bank. Bank consists of what? This bank. Customers and employees. Please be in mute. Bank consists of what? Customers and employees. Customers, employees. Customers, again, you've got data and operations, right? They've got data and operations. Data, nothing but like customer name, some name, account number, balance, address. This data represented using data types or variables. Generally, why we go for data types or variables? To represent data. Operations are there. Later we discuss about this, like operations like deposit operation, withdraw operation, transfer operation. These are represented using functions. These functions we'll be discussing later, functional programming with Python. And for employees also, we got like data, right? Data and operations. Employee ID, employee name, salary designation, like manager, This is represented using data or data types or variables. Employees data and employees operations, right? Employees operations like calculating tax, calculating net salary. All this is represented by using functions. So I'll brief you much on this, right, in the tomorrow session. So like data types or variables. Okay. If we compare C or C++ or Java as compared with Python, right? Python supports dynamic data types. It supports dynamic data types. What is that? In other programming language, we say like X as 10, index, float Y, string Z. So here compulsorily, if you want to create a variable X, we need to say what type, int, Y float type, Z string type. But in Python, directly we say X as 10, Y as 4.5, Z as hello. No need to define, right, the data type. But here, no need to define like index, float Y, string Z. Directly we can give. Here, what kind of variable X is means based on this data type defining, you are saying it as integer type. This as float type. This as string type. But here, what value you are assigning to X? If integer value assigned, integer variable creates dynamically. Here float variable assigned, that's why float variable creates dynamically. Here string value, so string variable gets created automatically, right? Based upon what value you are assigning, the variables are created dynamically, right? Yes. So what is this type of X? Int type. Type of Y? Float type. Type of X int, type of Y float, type of Z is string type. So there is a function given in Python type to know the type of X. What type? Integer. Why it is integer? Because you assigned a integer value. Type of Y is float. Why it is float? Because you assigned a float value. Type of Z is what? String type, right? So more on this we'll be discussing. I'll be showing you some 4 cases tomorrow. Case 1, case 2, and 3 and 4, right? To make you understand about what happening internally, right? When you define some variable in Python, how the value is getting stored, how we can print it, how to print the address, how to print the type. So just observe here, right? Statement by statement we have seen here today, like Python reasons which makes Python super popular. Python software foundation, right? And Python versions, Python installation, Python execution modes, interactive mode and batch mode, various editors and IDEs we are going to see, developing the first Python application, and introduction to this data types or variables, right? Any queries you have got, anyone, as part of today's session or anything?
Sir, it's like you have started the Python from fundamentals, right? Like it's like from today onwards you start, or till you start from tomorrow from basics.
So look at this stuff. Yeah, you'll be
Official-
getting, yeah, this is what this is the first class, right? Means
Okay,
the
okay.
introductory session,
Mhm.
Python software foundation, versions, installation, execution modes.
Okay.
basic
Actually,
sort
I
of-
didn't install the Python in local. So can we get the recording or these notes and all?
Yeah, everything you'll be getting, right? Yes.
When we will get by tomorrow or as soon as our class completes?
No. By tomorrow morning you will be getting, right? Why? Because
Okay.
you need to download it, you need to upload it, right? So you'll be getting that. To check your mail IDs tomorrow. This link,
Okay.
the link you will be getting, right?
Okay, is it possible to send on the same day, because after class we can go through.
Yeah, yes. I'll
uh,
ask. I'll just say the online team to forward it, right, by today night.
Yeah,
Can check,
because
check mail.
if we do it today, no, so that we can go through class, and again if you have any, because tomorrow again we'll have work on all, right?
Okay.
That's why.
So by 9 p.m. I'll try to say to upload this, right, and forward to you. You can check your mail IDs, right? They'll forward the link. So
Okay.
yes.
The recording as well, notes as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. So any other queries, right? Anyone? Right. So okay, tomorrow we'll see more on this, right? Tomorrow same time using the same link, right? We discuss more.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Fine. Okay. So I'm stopping here for now. Meet you tomorrow, right? Fine.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Vijay,
Yes.
no, actually, I paid for this class. Okay, I enrolled it. So, what are all the next steps? Like all these, whatever you were saying in the demo classes, is everything is going to be repeated in the main classes?
See, okay, today is that first day, right?
Yeah.
From here onwards, it will be continued. It is tomorrow the second class, third class. It will be continued.
Okay.
Today was the first. Today I was saying that Python version, Python installation, execution modes. So
Okay.
for Python environment setup first. Later I'll show you how to work in IDs, all the other things. But introductory today is the first one, and tomorrow we'll go with basic like data types, variables, what happening internally, right? I'll be discussing it. So you can go through the video, right, everyone?
Okay.
Once again, if you've got any queries or anything, you can be free in asking that queries, right? So at the start of the session, you can ask the queries. And during the session, if you've got any query, immediately you can unmute yourself and you can ask your queries and provide multiple examples on it, right? Fine. Even next within 1 or 2 days, a WhatsApp group is going to get created for technical discussions, right? Or any
Okay.
other, right?
Okay.
Fine. And yeah,
Sorry, one doubt I had.
yes.
I just want to know whether the in this after the basics we learn, or in this during this 75 days of duration, so we are working on Jupyter, or we are working on which this thing?
See, one second. So this ID is right. I was just showing you. So PyCharm is mostly used for Python, right? But I'm
Yeah.
said I'll be showing you on PyCharm, on
Yeah.
Spider, Jupyter, VS Code mostly on this. Mostly used are PyCharm, Jupyter, Spider, VS Code. All these five to six IDs I'll be showing you, right? Mostly used IDs.
And how many projects we'll be doing after completing, suppose say, so almost basics will be completed by how many days? 30 days or 40 days?
So within 1 month, right? Basics of will be Python core concepts, not like 1 month it takes.
Okay, and almost approximately, if I try to understand, are we doing any demo projects, kind of a thing?
Yes, you can see many kind of, but what kind of environment you are looking for, right?
Yeah, actually, I am taking the pathway of data analytics, and parallelly, I'm also doing some online courses regarding data analytics.
See,
So which is used.
one thing I'll make it clear, right? 1 second.
Yeah.
So there are two categories of people who update Python, right? They learn
Okay.
Python because of two reasons.
Okay.
So the first one is people, they get updated with Python. After learning Python, their career won't be in Python. They'll be using this Python in data science, in big data, like Hadoop and Spark. Means in a big data means in Spark Spark with Python, PySpark we say, right?
Yeah.
Spark with Python, right? And in writing automation scripts using Python scripts in IoT, in DevOps, or in robotics, right? In different high-end technologies, this Python is used. In total data science, Python is the implementation language. In Spark with Python also, Python is the implementation language. In IoT, in AWS, in robotics, all this we use like Python script. Even in administrative kinds of activities, we use like Python scripts, right? This, in this first category, your career will be not in Python, in data science or big data or other environment. Second category of people, they wants to have career in Python as a Python developer. They wants to have a career as a Python developer, right? So for these people, it is mandatory that you need to go with Python framework Django, right? If you want to develop a project in Python, this Django compulsory, where we follow MVT architecture, model view template. In Java, we see MVC, right? Model view controller. Here, MVT architecture is followed. So if you want to have a career in Python developer, Django framework. So I said, whatever 75 hours is only for Python, 70 or 75 hours is only for Python, excluding Django, right? Django, including that web technologies, all this I said nearly 45 to 50 hours extra, right? So this is the fee structure is just, it's in 5K, right? It's an offer batch for this 70 or 75 hours of Python. And for this Django and all this full stack, if you want the entire full stack, for this it's 5K, totally like it's 10K, right? Yes. So only Python, and if you want Python plus this framework of Django, all this, and including that HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript will be covered along with the Django, right? Fine.
Do you have any integrated course with Python with data science or Python with big data? Means I'm just asking for the information purpose.
There is PySpark. I'm just handling PySpark batches in this weekends, right? Spark with Python, PySpark batches are dealt, right? Saturdays, Sundays.
So parallelly, we can join this?
So yes, with the basics of this Python, you can just join it. Why? Because first, not next Saturday, there is a demo, there is a batch going to start on PySpark. Not this coming Saturday, next Saturday, somewhere like 20. Not this Saturday, the next coming Saturday, there is a batch going to start on PySpark. In the evening, so, Saturday it will be off for 2 hours, Sunday it will be off 2 hours.
So even if we learn some basics and we can cope up with the PySpark, you mean to say?
Yes. So if you once you go deep into that PySpark, by the time you will be completed with the Python code.
Okay, and this 75 days, it's a continuous daily, including Sundays, Saturdays and Sundays.
So it will Monday to Friday. Some Saturdays I'll be taking some bigger sessions later, not in the first 1 month. Later 1 month I'll be taking, right?
Okay, understood. So in PySpark, you mean to say you might have some projects related to get an hands-on experience. Maybe in PySpark or in Python also we can do some projects.
Yeah, Python. See here, Python is using this Django framework, right? I'm going to show you 15 applications creations. 15 applications. So just I was showing you right in the other day. 1 second. If you see the previous batches, right? If you go to this weekend batches or this weekday batches, if you see this, all these are the Django batches. And if you see the applications, Django apps, my project 1, project 2, project 3, project 4, there are more than 15 to 20 projects, means applications, Django apps. It will be totally that Django is used for creation of applications, right? Using MVT architecture. Fine.
And what about the data science or big data projects? Suppose in case, because I'm interested in data science and big data, or as you said, Spark. So in these 75 days, do we have any chance to maybe in the last 30 days or last 20 days to create our own projects, our own Python projects, basic Python projects?
See, 1 second. Basic Python means GUI based applications. I can show you, right?
Okay.
Graphic based, GUI based applications. I can show you. Right?
Okay. And for the data science projects, we have to join the Spark. In the Spark, we have more scope of the projects, real-time projects.
It's data. PySpark is for data engineering, right? Right.
Okay.
You can see that, those kind of projects that you can just attend the demo and check with it, right?
No problem. And what is the fees for the PySpark?
It's 8K.
8K. And how many, what is the duration if it is in the weekends?
10 weekends.
Okay, 10 weekends and okay.
2.5 months, right?
So after PySpark, so what I will be proficient in? What will be my this thing? Yes, you will be learning these skills.
So PySpark, right? It's for processing, very high speed processing, right? We have got many APIs available that you'll be but that thing it's better. That's not part of our discussion now. That you can attend the demo. You can see much better next Saturday, right?
Okay, sir. Okay, definitely. Okay, thank you so much.
Fine.
Is this Django classes only on weekends or on weekdays? It is available.
So most of the people, right, they choose for weekends, right? Weekend batches available, weekdays also available, but mostly weekends available. Weekdays also are available, right? Once you get enrolled in any of my, right? Once you get enrolled for this total Python or full stack, right, you can attend any of my batch.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so fine. So I'm stopping here.
Yes, sir. One question.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. Suppose if you learn this Python full stack developer, why we need to learn explicitly the data science and all that one? Like we want we do programming in any of this domains. Suppose if you know Java, we can work in any domain. Like how come this in Python? Do we need to explicitly learn that particular domain like data science, big data, Spark? Why you need to learn like explicitly?
So Java has only object-oriented feature. It doesn't support modular features, scripting features are not allowed in Java. Without object-oriented programming, you cannot write a Java application or Java, right, program. Compulsory object-oriented programming, but Python with object-oriented, with procedural-oriented, with modular programming, with scripting, all these features are supported. That's why widely used today, right? So if you talk about Java, is never used in artificial intelligence or data science or machine learning, right? It's never used in implementing it. Python has got lot of thousands of modules, I said, right? In the same way for data science, it is providing some modules like NumPy, CP, Pandas, Matplotlib, right? So using those modules, we are just going to perform that visualizations, analysis, predictions, classifications, clusterings, recommendations, right?
So you're going to tell what are the modules we are going to use for the Spark, like if it is Spark Python.
So here, okay, 1 second. So not only 1 second, where is that course content? Right. Once again, you can have that look on this course content of this 70.
Course wise, I understood. My general question is, if you know this any scripting or any language, then explicitly we need to learn the other domain also. That's what I'm thinking.
Yes. So once you know how to work and how to explore a particular module, right? Then you can just explore any domain specific models also. You need to have the idea how to use a model, how to import, export, how to rename, reload, all these things, right?
Okay.
And how to
coding will be same only. The coding will be same only the import things will be different.
So how to work with the model, how to explore, how to get help, and how to get each functionality, right? That you need to check. So that everything will be discussing, and also how to create our own module, user defined module, right? That also will be discussed. So as part of this course, I'll be discussing some models related to different domains. Some database related modules will be covered. Operating system models will be covered. The graphic related modules, data science related modules, some big data related modules. So different domain related modules will be covered so that you'll be getting the idea how to use the modules, right?
Okay.
So So even people from different backgrounds like networking, testing also, they will be coming, right? They have got models for those also.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you can just dig in how to explore everything you'll be learning as part of this course.
Okay. This Python, if we write the program in Windows, and can we run the program in Linux as well?
Yes.
Interoperable.
Yes.
Okay, means we are running the source code only. We have to run the code, right? Not binaries, right?
So here, yes, if you write any code, it can run in any platform, right? It can execute in any
Okay.
platform. The coding
Okay.
is not going to change, right?
Okay. Sure.
Otherwise, I can write a if else program, right? If you're running in Windows, if block should be executed. If I'm running in Linux, else block should execute. In such a way, I can write a command or program, right?
Okay. So, but ideally, if without writing any condition, if I write any Python program, that should work in any platform.
Yes.
Okay.
Fine, right? Yes. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So you can follow the same link for tomorrow's session also, same time, right?
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So still, if you've got any queries, you can ask on the tomorrow
Sir,
session.
suppose if we get any doubts, like the installation and all, can we have anyone to ask?
No. If you got doubt in installation, you can share your screen tomorrow or day after tomorrow, right? Anyone. Share screen option is available, right? I can see your screen. If anybody facing problem in installation, I'll ask you to share your screen.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Fine.
Sure. Okay, thank you.
And for this IDs installation and other installations, right? I'll ask you to do database installation also. I'll be showing you, right? For those things, I'll be asking you to do the installations along with me parallelly, step by step.
Okay, sir.
Okay, fine.
Okay, thank you.
So, okay, meet you all tomorrow, same time.
One more.
Okay, thank
Yes.
you. Bye.
Any query? Yes.
Same time and all that. For the weekend batches on morning only.
Pardon?
The weekend batches. All that you said that.
Weekend match for this Django or this other
Yes.
things, right? You said morning it will be at 8:30 or 9 o'clock.
Morning only.
Yes.
Saturday, Sunday.
Yes.
The regular batches at what will be there?
Regular batches, so it will be intimated, right, in your WhatsApp groups. So it will for regular batches, morning batches, evening batches, but mostly in weekends. Mostly in weekends it will be, and sometimes in this evening batches will be there.
No. Current batch next week will be at 8 p.m. and this current batch.
Your sound is breaking.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
No. Next will be at 8 p.m.
Can you please type your query? I am not able to hear your voice.
Hello?
Sir, is there morning batch for the Python?
Is there any morning batch in Python, miss? So on 1 second. On 31st of this month, Monday, right? 31st, there is a batch starting at 7 o'clock.
In the morning, sir.
Morning 7 a.m.
Is it your batch, sir?
Yes, morning 7 on 31st of this month.
End of this month.
Hmm.
Okay, sir. So my question is that I'm just starting the Python right now. I don't have knowledge about any language, and it was my first class, and I joined it in the last. Sir, how can I get the record lectures of the past sessions?
To your mail ID, you will be getting it, right? To your mail ID, you can check it. You will be getting by today night or by tomorrow morning, mostly. You can check this.
So,
Even
sir, will I
you can check. You can check in the chart panel, right? You can just copy that links, demo
Okay.
video links. Everything you can see in the chart panel. A big message is given by this DURGASOFT, right?
Sir, if I join this batch right now, so will I be able to switch on that batch which will start in the last of this month?
So
Because sir, I want to learn.
once you got enrolled, right? Once you got enrolled, right? You can attend any of my batch.
Means, sir, if I enroll in your any course, so I will be able to.
Yeah.
There will be for 4 months.
There'll be many students, right? Because of their job shifting, they'll be shifting to morning or evening batch. So if you pre-intimate me, yes, you will be added into that. Fine.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Can we expect logic building skills from this course?
Definitely, that is required, right? Building your own code. Lot of assignments and tasks will be provided for that. That's why it's not a 40-45 hours course. That's why it was at 70 hours course, right?
Okay.
Yeah, fine. So I'm stopping for now. We'll continue tomorrow, right? Yes.